Okay, welcome to today's class, everyone. I'll wait and see if anyone is online. Couple things today, just as I'm waiting to see if anyone's gonna tune in. I posted the answers to the trig that I gave out yesterday. They're on the blog now, and there's also a test. So I just posted the test with instructions. You have till April 6th to hand the test in. You can either print it off if you have a printer and ink and all that stuff. You can either print it off and work on it, or you can just record the answers on a piece of paper and take a picture of your answers, and I can mark it that way. Whatever works for you. Again, you don't need any special calculator for this. You can just use your little handheld calculator. The next unit we start, though, we will be needing graphing calculator access to that technology. So for those of you who downloaded the stick, and you can use it on your computer app, or you could use your mobile phone. So I'll just wait a few minutes, and I'll see if you have any questions on the review. There was one question that didn't give us enough information. I believe I just put a question mark on that one. I can't remember where that was now. Oh, I see F, part F right here. They didn't give us enough info. Okay, so I'll just wait and see if you have any questions at all about the review. I don't know if you can hop online while we're in class too and open another screen. But you could look at the trig review on another screen then and ask me any questions. I can go over them again. Well, but if you looked at that trig review, you'll see that the first 6 questions were all right angle triangles. So the only one we couldn't do was part F. There wasn't enough info given, right? You always have to give 3 pieces of info. So we had an angle and a right angle triangle. So this one I'm just going to write not enough info was given. And then we had, let's see if I can move the camera up a little bit to get a better angle. So this is question 1, 2, and 3. Again, I don't see any comments made, so maybe you guys are just looking, or let me know if you have any comments at all about this. And if you don't, then I guess you're ready to go to the test. And when you go to the test and open the test link, same rules apply. I mean, you can use a study sheet. So you can use any of the formulas that you need, right? The sine, cosine, tan formula, SOHCAHTOA, and you can use the law of cosines and the law of sines as well. And I trust that you're using them appropriately. And, give yourself however much time you need it. You might have to work in stops and starts if you're taking care of other things at home. So the time frame is if you could hand it in to me by April 6th, Monday. And that's about it. Again, I'll keep the live stream open until I see any comments from you at all. So I just moved the paper and I post page 4, 5 are the answers to 4, 5, and 6. 6 was quite a complicated question, right? So I really think you always have to draw a picture, as I've mentioned in class many times. Question 4 was a lot of cosines because it gave you the 3 angles. So remember, when you're doing law of cosines, you've got a complicated fraction, right? A complex fraction. So you have to put brackets around the top, the numerator, and brackets around the denominator. And then you have to do your shift cos at the end. This was another law of cosines question, right? Side angle side, solving for missing side. So this is where I think maybe your handheld scientific calculators, the smaller ones, might be better for you to use for this section. And then finally, this last question involved 2 people on either side of a tower, right? This is the tower, which is what they wanted you to find. And I'll call that h because they wanted the h, the height. So again, we had to use the law of sines in this question. If we know these 2 angles, we know this third angle. I use the law of sines in order to find one side of the larger triangle. Once I found one side of the larger triangle, I could just take this piece out, this right triangle. There's 2 right triangles, right, back to back. I took one of the right triangles up and out, just plucked it out of this question, so it looked easier to solve. And then I'm just solving for h, right? This is the tower using SOHCAHTOA. So that was 6. That was pretty challenging. And there were 2, you had to use your right angle trig laws and ratios and the law of sines as well from an oblique triangle. And then the second one, or the last one, sorry, number 7, was also a right angle trig question. So we ended off this unit with a right angle trig. So I've got 2 planes. And remember that they were the laws of, or the angles of depression are outside the triangle usually, but we know that the angle of depression is the same as, is congruent to the angle of elevation. Questions, right? The tan of 17 is opposite over adjacent. If I find this distance and this distance added together, that's the total distance that the planes are apart. Right? So I hope that that helps you out a little bit. Again, I'll stay live for a few minutes for sure, till I see someone chiming in perhaps or asking questions. And if I don't hear from anyone in a few minutes, I'll just let you work on your either your trig review or your trig test. And then you can also email me later if you have any questions on specific topics or questions. Okay, well, it doesn't seem like I'm getting any questions from anyone today, so I'll wait and I'll watch on my email, and you can let me know if there's any questions you have. And if not, if I don't talk to you through email and I don't talk to you till after the break, have a wonderful spring break. I'll see you on the 6th. Bye-bye.